2023. Welcome to the action, and thanks for tuning in. On the Bay Area Breakers side, we have Rafa Hewitt and Connor Garnett warming up. Rafa Hewitt wielding that Adidas paddle, and Connor Garnett rocking that ProXR paddle that has his name on it. Not too shabby. We'll see what they do with those pieces of equipment out here. And on the other side, we have Pablo Tellez and Hunter Johnson out here on the court looking to get some stuff done, hoping to start their team off right this weekend. The game faces are out. The coaches are having their conversations with their players. We are going to settle in here. Thanks for joining us, folks. Nice, and additionally for the Atlanta Bouncers, we have Paris Todd and Simone Jardine. And if you do not know who those two individuals are, well, maybe we can do some research for you, because these are some two fire and well-established players out here. Paris Todd just coming off winning a gold medal at the Tournament of Champions. Nothing too easy, as well as Simone Jardine, who has won that Tournament of Champions several times over. A powerhouse team that has been dominating the APP Tour, and here to do some more domination. Not to mention, Paris Todd has an MLP championship under her belt. Simone Jardine looking to do the same this weekend. And there's a couple other champions out there, speaking of which, Rafa Hewitt in the house. Has taken the title at the MLP events before in previous events for Team BLQK when he was playing for them. And it looks like we are just about getting ready to get started. This is that slight little calm before the storm. I'm not a betting man, but if I were, I probably would stay out of this one, given the percentages. Who knows what's going to happen here on this men's doubles match. Looking forward to it, guys. Thanks for joining us. I'm Rob Cassidy, and welcome to MLP 2023. And here we go, Rafa Hewitt to serve to Pablo Tellez. Two lefties. Oh, and the third shot drive for first blood on the board as we have rally scoring here. The energy is already picking up. Good distribution here. Oh, and a missed dink from Pablo Tellez, tying up the score 1-1 in this race to 21. Oh, nice. Hunter Johnson getting big with the forehand middle, applying the pressure. The ATP, and he snags it. Every point counts here. Rafa Hewitt to serve, 2-2. Nice return from Tellez. Oh, great movement from Connor Garnett, but it's not enough. The Tellez inside out overhead, a lefty staple. Forehand drive. The backhand flick. Overhead, mine yours, mine yours. These teams got options. Building some traction here. Rafa Hewitt, Connor Garnett looking to kind of open this up a little bit. Third shot drive, fifth shot drop. Little scrap. Nice. Strong stance from all four players. Oh, and a missed dink from Hunter Johnson. Another point on the board for the Breakers. Those hurt a lot more in that rally scoring. It hurts to miss those dinks. Over time, you'll see these players missing those less and less as they settle in. Oh, here we go. Again, good distribution, working it around, and then returning to the desired pattern. Nice. Just out. Fantastic play. Loving these cross-court battles. This is a dynamic matchup as we have two lefties on the court, two of the great lefties of the game. Nice. Tough D, tough D. Pablo Tejas, Hunter Johnson prevail. I like how Rafa Hewitt tosses that up to give their team time, and then Garnett with the drive, kind of flattening it out. Third shot drive. This is what we will call athletic dinking, as it's not just about the shot or the denial of giving your opponent a shot, but also acquiring position as you do so and recovering position. A little wide, but no ATP option. Now Tejas is distributing well. Good block from Johnson. And down the middle for a point. 5-5 here, tight game. And he wins the dink battle. Add up, you know, like how many times will they have that pattern in this match? Maybe 8, 10 times, maybe more, maybe less. But you got to win the higher percentage of those battles. And don't let losing those battles discourage you from going back to them, especially if that's your game plan and your pattern. Right back. Connor Garnett fires right back. Thanks for joining us here, guys. Rob Cassidy here. First match of the day, the Premier League of the MLP Season 2, 2023. Off the net and out. 7-6. Hunter Johnson. Serving to Connor Garnett. Battle, hands battle, but off the net, too tricky. And a little timely trash talk from Tejas to Rafa. I think he's poked the dragon as Rafa had a little bit of a response. Little spice, little spice. These boys came to brawl. Beautiful two-hander from Rafa Hewitt. No ATP that time, but I think it's the right play. I mean, if it's there, and you gotta go for it. Connor Garnett has one of the better ATPs in the game of pickleball. ATP around the post, of course. Nice deep return. Garnett takes that, he's there for the volley. Into the cross court. Pulls him wide. Connor Garnett in control for the moment. Rafa follows up. Into neutral here. Rafa takes it to middle. He's got options. He goes with patience. Out of the air dink. Garnett fires. And it is just out. Great shot, great fire, but misses that court. And that's no good. Johnson Tejas pulling away. 4 points now, 10-6. Oh, the huge rip. Oh, that's some solid pressure, but canceled out by the great hands of Pablo Tejas and Hunter Johnson. 11-6 now, the side switch occurs. It's a fantastic place to be for the Atlanta Bouncers, up 11-6 in this race to 21. Rally scoring. Fantastic. For the Atlanta Bouncers, we have Chad Edwards, who you might have heard on the mic this recently, giving some insights. He's out here now coaching for the Atlanta Bouncers. That's a nice little pair of eyes and a brain to have on your side, giving his insights. And on the far side, of course, we also have Scott Crandall, one of the better coaches in the game. I mean, if he's going to tell you something about the game, you better listen. Wise man, smart man, and also a fantastic player in his own right. Great to be here, guys. Good energy this morning all over this arena. We have some fun up at the booths. People are already getting ready, getting started. We got a fantastic match here, starting it off right here on our court. Tejas is locked in. Hunter Johnson serving this lefty-righty combo versus a fellow lefty-righty combo, Connor Garnett and Rafa Hewitt. What a treat this morning. Nice scrap. But not enough. And there it is. Takes the ball from the kitchen. And this is that kind of a critical time, you know, your opponents have reached that 11. You got to close that gap right here, right now. They're doing a good job of doing so. Oh yeah, on court all day. Fired up. That is just a great trigger pull from Rafa Hewitt. Just great ball path, low indication, so much pressure. And when you're that good and that consistent, low risk. Right back at it, and another point on the board. Closes it into one. Give me that ball back. I got work to do, Rafa Hewitt says. Going right back at it until they can prove that they can handle it. And there's the handle to get the ball back in their hands. 3 times in a row. Bold, but the statement has been made. Garnett staying light at the kitchen line. Oh, and such a huge handle from Connor Garnett. All over that, as if moving in half speed. Connor Garnett just coming off winning the super finals from the last challenger final. Got a lot of great things going on out here. 2 of our 4 players on the court right now have moved up, advanced, upgraded, promoted from the challenger to the premier. And now here they are, duking it out in our first game, first match, premier of the weekend. And now we are tied up at 12-12. Tejas looking to take this match back under control. Heavy overheads. Good slaps. Rafa scraps. Can he get the next one? Over to Garnett. Oh, and a nasty drop. Rafa advances and he takes the point! He takes the point! That's awesome execution by Rafa Hewitt. Great chemistry from that team. Huge trust from Rafa to take the net on that beautiful drop from Connor Garnett. You cannot underemphasize how important that drop shot was from Connor Garnett in such a scrappy situation, forcing the timeout, and the dragon is awake. Rafa Hewitt spreading his wings, forcing the timeout. We have both Crandall keeping them motivated and Edwards looking to figure out what they need to do, what adjustments they need to make to regain control of this match. Not too long ago, it was 11-6 in favor of the Atlanta Bouncers. little bit of a different story here. 13-12, 1-point game. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Rob Cassidy here. MLP 2023, Atlanta, Georgia. Woo! Fire it up. Not too shabby. The energy is here, and the crowd is awake now. Connor Garnett, ball in hand to serve to Hunter Johnson. Hunter Johnson, one of the twins, the Johnson twins. Yates Johnson is on a different team as he as well got drafted for MLP. Cross-court battle is much more vigorous now between these two boys. That's what you got to do, is trust your partner that he can win that battle. Both lefties staying ready just in case. Oh, and just off the white tape. Another point on the board, 14-12. Bay Area Breakers. Atlanta Bouncers. Missed easy guy, gotta weather the storm. 1-point game, Hunter Johnson to serve. That ball stays in. Maybe 3 years ago that ball would have been out, but not in this day and age with this high-tech paddle equipment and these advanced of players. Oh, fantastic point. Little frustration from Hunter Johnson on that. As tough as it may be, now it's time to kind of seek that composure, level out that game, and find all-day mode. Tejas loves that shot. The tweener is unsuccessful from Rafa. Heavy roll from Tejas and a reset of his own, but Rafa Hewitt attacks off the bounce and is successful. 17. That's when you start to get close to that 21. Big points here from here on out. Deep return from Hunter. Oh, heavy hands battle. And the huge two-handed swinger from Connor Garnett. A positive attribution to the game in general, and comes with one of the best two-handers in the game, Connor Garnett, in the house. Work to do. You can see it in the eyes of these players. The ATP, or excuse me, the Ernie, and it is successful. So clean with the footwork. Hunter Johnson, successful Ernie for point. 3-point game. ATP denied. Smart shot. Rips into Rafa and comes out on top. Great spot into that chicken wing area. That tough forehand, backhand for Rafa Hewitt. Got to pick those spots. Can't be accurate if you're not aiming for anything. Oh, the heavy swing, and they're going to call it out. Looking to the sideline, are you sure? Are you sure? He can't defer to the ref here in MLP, so they must use a challenge. They will not. Good to go. 1-point game. And another out ball. We haven't seen too many of those. They're showing themselves late in this game. Is it the pressure? (18-18). Last year, that would be the most vicious score. Our most vicious score will come a little later as the freezes have changed for season 2. Talk about that in a moment. Off the bounce, good patience. Off the bounce again. It's almost baity at this point how high those are bouncing off the ground. Rafa, forehand. not missing, and that one's way too high. Handled by Tellez. And a mistake from Rafa. So good from Tellez. Mas Tellez. Mas Tellez. They have now taken the lead. Haven't had that lead since that 11 that they had found at the side switch. And it is how you finish. Here we go. Huge rip, and that ball does not find court. 19-19, ball in hand. This is that scary score right here, folks. 19-19. The freeze will occur only at match point. In this season, the freeze only occurs when you have match point. Rafa with the big poach, and it's in the back corner. And now it is time to fight. There is still no freeze for Johnson and Tellez. They can tie this up. They need to stop them and tie it up right here. Rafa Hewitt to serve. Forced to third. Goes up the drop, and he misses it. That's just good pressure. Deep balls to the baseline. 2020. They just rediscovered some focus. It is any man's game here. Big forehand drive. Tellez. And it's no good. And once again, since that was not match point, they unfroze. They now have 21. And a match/game point here. Third shot drive. Rafa scrapes that over the net, but Garnett has a tough drop, and we are back to 21-21. Win by 2 here, folks. Thanks for tuning in. We're starting the morning off right. That casual third shot drive kind of got a little punished by Rafa there. Got to commit a little bit more. They now have another match point, 22-21. Tropical. Big hands battle, that's staying, and that is just out. Another tie game here as the ball comes back into the hands of the Atlanta Bouncers. 22-22. These boys are brawling. Where intensity meets composure, that's where you want to live. Here we go. Tellez goes for the drop. Super successful into the neutral here. It's a good mix-up. Tellez moving so well. Must stay active, even while not hitting the ball. Such a great battle here. And Rafa gets involved and sneaks it down the middle. Another game point in the hands of the Bay Area Breakers. Garnett to serve 23-22. Heavy overhead from Yates Johnson, textbook to get the ball back into their hands, 23-23. This is what we like to see. Win by 2 is certainly has a traditional pickleball element to it, and we love it. This game, this match is getting earned this morning. Backhand out of the air from Rafa Hewitt. Johnson seeking some different patterns, going back to the traditional. Cross court between the lefties now. No ATP, but the look is good. Off the bounce high, keeps patient. Athletic stance for that good dinking from Johnson. Moving very well. Forehand cross courts. Oof. That's deep on Johnson. He's pulling him wide. Goes for the sideline. Tejas is there. Decides to reset. Smart. Oh, and he doesn't succeed in the full reset. Such a fantastic point. So well constructed. Such brutality and in the form of dinking. We love it. Very intense point. There's the chess of pickleball, ladies and gentlemen. Where chess meets boxing. Welcome to pickleball. Rafa Hewitt to serve to Pablo Tejas. 24-23, looking to put it away. Goes for it. Follows it up, and that's going to do it in good fashion. Rounds up the crowd. The sportsmanship is there, and a fantastic game one here at MLP. Nothing like it, proving it right here, and the ladies will take the court. Classic Rafa Hewitt, baby, and Connor Garnett, you know. He's almost invisible out there. He's doing so well. You can't even see him. He's like John Cena in the form of a pickleball player. I'm going to stand by that for Connor Garnett, the John Cena of pickleball. Nice. Fantastic match. Tough loss for the Atlanta Bouncers, but a great pullout for the Bay Area Breakers, especially down 11-6 at that half. Let's not forget. Woo! Well, as we recover from the intensity of that match and look to continue it forward, we have the ladies taking the court, ladies and gentlemen. And for the Bay Area Breakers to follow up Rafa Hewitt and Connor Garnett's performance, we have Etta Wright and Leia Jansen. We are talking about powerhouse teams here. Etta Wright coming off the championship from our most recent MLP, where she was playing mixed alongside Ben Johns and women's alongside Megan Dijon. How long has she been playing? Only a few years, but she's had such good influences around her, and she's got such a good focus about her that she's become such a household name and a fantastic player. And Leia Jansen, we know very well. She brings the heat, she brings the fire, and she brings the focus. On and off the court, she is focused on getting this done. There's not too many more players that you can say are more committed to the game than Leia Jansen. Nice to see these two players come together and play. This is a team that we haven't really seen before outside of MLP, so excited to see how they do this weekend, especially against a well-established team like Simone Jardine and Paris Todd. Two players that have been playing together, at least for this last year, and have, you know, worked out all the ins and outs of their game, know each other very well, and they're also good friends, so they have that ability to have some fun out there while they're kicking butt. So this will be fun to see. We're going to let our players warm up here, and we will get this started momentarily. Thanks for joining us, guys. right, ladies and gentlemen, the women have taken the court. Leah Jansen at her right, serving. Paris Todd to receive, and here we go. Ball is out, first blood struck by the Bay Area Breakers. First match of the weekend for both teams. Simone Jardine, so smooth. Great shot by Etta. Really textbook out of the air volley there. Not overcooking it, not overdoing much, just putting it in that good spot, punishing that high dink. And that's a great fire from Simone Jardine, the female GOAT of pickleball. Just no indication on that forehand slap. That was so good. Fantastic structure to the point, and we are tied up at 2-2 as we begin this climb to 21. Huge slap. Great angle from Leah Jansen. A little too ready for it. Third shot of her own out of nowhere. Good handle by Simone. Great pressure from Simone. They see that ball out a mile away. I probably would have played it like a fool. But these girls just have a way better spidey sense than the likes of. At her right with the return. Wow. Oh, into the lob. Overhead, but she's there. Leah following up. And off the net and in. Tricky point, tricky point. Great options all around. Another classic match developing before us here. Leah Jansen dialed in, serving to Paris Todd. That's just a great swing. That's what you do with that ball from Simone. And the endless intensity from Paris Todd. Such good focus, determination. Pickleball is a mental game. Obviously the physical components are there, but if the mental ain't there, you got nothing. Energy and focus. That's what you need. That ball's just out. Simone Jardine to serve. As her Yola signature paddle that you can acquire as well. Oh, nice out of the air reset. Setting Simone up for a huge put away. Leah Jansen giving her that opportunity when she pulled the trigger. Letta bouncers up, 6-4. Going to take her time there. Letta trying to keep her on the ropes, but Simone goes for a little much. Time to put the work in here. These ladies got to follow up. One team looking to tie it up, the other team looking to break it open 2-0. That would be nice going into our mixed matches. Oh, the drop shot. Leah with the hustle. And she succeeds. Just like that, 6-6, this rally scoring. catch you. Inside out forehand out of the air. That's a lot on paper. Mouthful on paper. A shot that she is very good at. This time into the net. Heavy counters, but Atlanta Open, excuse me. Atlanta Open, that was a couple years ago. But MLP format, every point counts. Great hands by the Bay Area Breakers. They do have great hands out there. And soft hands as well. Etta Wright with a fantastic third shot drop there. Here comes the dink battle. There's not too many weaknesses in the armor. You just have to stay relentless. That's where the consistency comes in play. Another overcooked ball goes deep. And that might be because of the hands of the Bay Area Breakers, where they feel like they need to put a little bit more on it to get it past them. And there's the result as that ball goes out. Nice serve from Etta, back corner. Oh, and sets herself up nicely. 10-6 here, a very similar score than we had from the men's game. Slice return, third shot drive, fifth shot drop into the neutral. Paris seems to have her spots picked out where she wants to put that ball during these exchanges. And that's one of them. Great perseverance there. It's time to change those percentages. And that's the difference. Sometimes, you know, it's time to change the game plan. Other times it's, you know, time to double down, stay disciplined, and get it done. Another heavy out ball into the side switch. 11-7. Bay Area Breakers are up. They convene with their coaches. Simone Jardine, in her own right, a fantastic world-renowned coach herself. I would recommend taking a lesson from her if you ever get the chance. Nice. And we also have Scott Crandall in the ear of Leah Jansen, just keeping the train on the tracks. You guys are doing great. Keep this going. I'm not paraphrasing. I would never try to paraphrase the wisdom of Scott Crandall. But nice as we ease into this second half of this match. We got some words from Rafa Hewitt himself as we start this up. Rafa Hewitt, what do you have to say for the crowd?
Man, we're just happy to be here. I'm so glad that the pickleball world was able to come back together and reunite. So right now we're all about to break some hearts.
And Rafa Hewitt is in the house, getting it done. That's right. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. All right, and we are back at a right to serve. Yes, folks, that was actually Rafa Hewitt. That was not my best Rafa Hewitt impression. That was actually him. Heavy overhead. Forced off the bounce here. A good slap. And a great spot. And that proves it right there, folks. It's not just power. It's about placement. Power is nothing without placement. Great decision by Paris Todd to get that ball back. This is that phase of the game just after the side switch where it's mandatory to close that gap. And they do just so, putting themselves into two. Within two. And that ball is out. Tight call, but the ball is out. And the gap is closed. It is anyone's game, 11-11 here. Second matchup of this match. Oh, and a brutal roar. Paris Tadet, a grinning Leia Jansen. Time to fight. We'll see what unfolds here. And the roar followed up. Oh, and she gets it right back. And the streak is over. Climbing from 7 to 12 in one serve possession there. That's how you get it done. Got to streak out. Pickleball, it's always been true for the game, and it remains true, is a game of streaks. It's a nice backhand from Simone. Big battle in the neutral here. Looking to gain advantage. It's heavy. Point continues at a right to finish. Nasty ATP from Paris Todd. Nasty ATP. 13-13. Discussions taking place on both sides of the net as there's a little bit of a lull between this point and the next. All tied up 13-13. Here we go. Simone's there, but not enough. Etta Wright is a machine, unfazed. Just heard a back to normal from Scott Crandall, which is a tribute to fellow incredible player, Jose Derisi. Jose Derisi, one of the best 50-plussers in the game. His wisdom has rippled out and made its way to MLP. So many great players in the game of pickleball, so many great influences in this game. The senior division has so many exciting, electrifying players with so much wisdom and knowledge of the game. Fun to watch them as well. Heavy forehand. Popping the ball up. That bounce, and it's out. That's the way to play it. That's the way to play it. Fantastic match here. Our head referee, Vicky Ryan, as well as Mike Bumgardner, crushing it as they maintain great control of this match. Appreciate all our refs, as always, for their hard work. When it's a long day for the players, it's a long day for the referees, so we definitely appreciate them here at MLP. Thank you to all our refs. Paris Todd to serve. Deep, lofty serve. Third shot drop. Heavy pressure from the breakers. And an untimely drive into the net. And here we are, tied up, 16-16. Fantastic return. Third shot drop, fifth shot drop. Heavy hands, and a great eye to let that ball go out. Clutch point here, 17. That's when you know you're close. Time to get the work in. Little pseudo timeout towel down. Coaching is allowed at the MLP events. 17-16, Etta right to serve. And you gotta put that ball away. Etta right with the dunk to bring him to 18. Climbing the ladder to 21. Leah Jansen serving to Paris Todd. Heavy, heavy, heavy stuff onto the 19. Coach Crandall is pumped up. And now we have an official timeout from the Atlanta the Atlanta Bouncers, I believe. Yes, Atlanta Bouncers have called the timeout. 19-16, game to 21, win by 2 here at MLP. On this timeout, we'll take a quick moment to thank just a couple of our sponsors here. Skechers Pickleball, DUPR rating system, State Farm, and of course, Fromuth Pickleball. Sunday Swagger, Cirkul, and Michelob ULTRA. Thank you guys for supporting this great game and making this MLP event possible. We love our sponsors. We love the booths out there, providing the energy as well, keeping us hydrated, keeping us in the game. Let's go. Keeping the feet going. Bouncers take the court first. Let's see if this is a good timeout. Let's take a look. Got to keep him off that 20. Etta right, so solid. Team Yola over here. Both players rocking that Anna Bright paddle. Something about that paddle. I like it. Nice rolling dinks from Simone and Paris. And a missed dink from Leah Jansen, confirming that that was indeed a good timeout. Epic point, ball in the hands of the Atlanta Bouncers, 17-19. Heavy downswing from Leah Jansen to give him game point. Game point. And a missed out of the air dink. And yeah, you could file that one under unforced or forced because the pressure from the from what she received from Paris Todd was pretty heavy. Great shots all around. 18-20. Right, Jansen frozen. Goes for it and punished for the decision. Not the time to pull the trigger. It's good to know that patience is still a very important factor in the great game of pickleball. Another game point for Bay Area Breakers. Communication on who takes that ball, gets him to the line. Rafa's getting ready to play. He says this is over, he can feel it. And he's right! Done deal! Atlanta Bay Area Breakers take the women's match, putting them up 2-0. Very important. Very important. Another great match. It's going to bring us to our mixed, and we'll see which team they decide to put up first. We got 4 fantastic players on both sides. The combos are endless. There's plenty of different combinations they could go for and what we could find on these next 2 matches, so it will be interesting. Atlanta Bouncers have to win these next 2 just to take it to a Dream Breaker, which of course is our singles tiebreaker format where each player plays 4 points. And the next player will come in and play for their team. Hoping to do that. I mean, I'm up for it. You guys want to see a Dream Breaker, stick around. It's certainly a possibility here. You can see Hunter Johnson warming up, perhaps getting some touches with Paris Todd. That's, again, another well-established team that have been playing together for the last 7 months together with a lot of success. A lot of gold medals under their belt and well-established. So, yeah, I would say this time, at this point in the match, you got to put up your A team first, and that might be what they're going with. That being said, Simone Jardine and Pablo Tejas, again, a team that's played together before. You know, could be the A team as well, but regardless, it's do or die time here. The MLP event 2023 here in Atlanta. We're going to let them decide as they figure out who's going out there first. Guys, thanks for joining us here. Rob Cassidy with the MLP crew. We'll see you in just a minute. And here we go, guys. Bay Area Breakers have opted for Rafa Hewitt and Leia Jansen versus the Atlanta Bouncers, Hunter Johnson and Paris Todd. Here we go. Ah, nasty return. First blood struck. Great pressure from Leia, ready to move on to the next one. That's a high third. But Rafa with the backboard to turn it around for their team. Nasty drop. Great follow-up. And that's out. Rafa Hewitt just crushing that right side of the court. He's so big out there. Not only one of the best lefties in the game, but one of the best players, period, in the game of pickleball. Rafa Hewitt in the house. And the heavy Ernie from Hunter Johnson. And great placement, you know, with that Ernie shot, to have the wit to kind of place that ball as opposed to just kind of smashing the snot out of it. It's the only way to get it through the deadly hands of these Bay Area Breakers. Oh, insane drop from Johnson. Leia earns the net for their team, and Rafa again there to shut it down. Up 5-2. With the scrap. Oh, such good recovery. Not done yet. Oh. Oh, but it's not enough. Such great effort. Great determination from the bouncers there to put that one away. A heavy flick from Hunter Johnson. Pressure from the Breakers. 2-point game, blink of an eye. Great flicks from the bouncers. 1-point game here. Atlanta Bouncers need to win this one to keep the next mixed game relevant. If the Bay Area Breakers win this game, they win the match, securing the match. A lot of stuff on the line here. Yeah! Heavy swing from Hunter Johnson. It's kind of the first time he's pulled that hard trigger, catching Rafa off guard. Let's see how much more often it will work now that it's on Rafa Hewitt's radar. Ooh, that's such a good roll. Smooth from Hunter. But they put the pressure on Paris Todd's paddle. Sometimes just putting it on him just takes all the time away and points on the board. Keep it going. Heavy two-hander. Facilitated counter from Paris Todd. A little too ready for that one.
Good shot.
friendly banter from Leia Jansen. I do like how her eyes always find their way back to their coaching staff just to keep her on track. Love it. It's one of the things about the Bay Area Breakers. They had a lot of success in the Challenger just last season, making their way to the Super Finals. Or excuse me, the finals. Winning several of the events, multiple events in the Challenger last year. Some of that is because of such an incredible ownership and coaching staff that they have. The ownership team of the Bay Area Breakers is very supportive of their team, and it shows out there with these players who are able to breathe and focus on what they need to do, as opposed to some other things that we don't need occupying their minds. It's nice to be able to play free out there. Discrepancy occurring is whether or not they call the challenge. There's a little bit of a pseudo timeout action happening here. Rafa Hewitt, Leia Jansen pointing fingers in this 1-point game here. Bay Area Breakers trying to keep the bouncers to their word on calling their challenge. There's a little less pickleball, a little more daycare as we let this unfold here. Now, if you look in the rules on who can actually call a challenge, I believe it's either the captain or the owner of the team, unless they've made some adjustments since season 1. We're in the good hands of Vicky Ryan and Mike Bumgardner here, who will maintain control of this match. This is a referee timeout occurring just to regain the bearings. I can imagine that they want to make sure that they get it right, as there's only one challenge per match here, or per game, if you will. And those can be vital or important as the game gets closer to 2021. Dog eat dog out here as the Bay Breakers want to hold them accountable for calling their challenge. And essentially you get 1 timeout per game and 1 challenge per game. Now, that's not too many, and they can become very important as the game unfolds. So we can understand that they don't want to give them any leniency, especially here and at this level of pickleball and the money on the line, and not just the money, but the clout is important. Winning these matches is important. The rating is important, so giving nothing, we have no problem with that. And I do not mind that these refs are taking their time and making sure to get the rules right. So they called in one of our head officials, Courtney, to come handle the situation, and she does a great job of that every time she's out here. Take the bull by the horns. Do not mind that they're going to look at the fine print and make sure that they get this call right. Time is a factor. It's nice to stay efficient, but sometimes it's not worth rushing things. Nice, and if you're joining from home, we just recently got back up on YouTube, which we like to hear. And we're going to let them smooth this out, and we'll be back in just a moment. All right, folks, and we are about to get back underway. It's pretty straightforward what occurred. All right, so there was a close ball, out call occurred, and then the other team challenged. It was certainly an official challenge received by the referee. Once the challenge is confirmed, they asked the other team if they want to uphold their call, and they did. So the process occurred of requesting the challenge. You can't go back up. No, we're not going to challenge. Sorry, but you already began the process of asking for a challenge, so there's no going back on it. So it's a good timeout in general, but I believe that they are going to be forced to challenge that call. Go ahead, Courtney. Let's hear it. One sec.
On who she was communicating with. Coming in and trying to decipher everything.
No problem. Thank you so much for being here, Courtney.
We just want to get this game back on track.
Rock and roll. Call it bench side communication. No challenge taken. And what I hope is the train is back on the tracks. Here we go, guys. 9-9. A little bit of a different atmosphere here now after that long break. And as we know, this is a streaky game. Back to pickleball. Tied up, 10-10. Side switch on the line. Don't let it trip you up. Oh, smooth third. Heavy flicks. Johnson is a new man after that little break discrepancy. And the bouncers reach 11 first. Back on track with just the history of this match alone. Bay Area Breakers are up 2 as they won both women's and men's. We're now in the mixed games here. And the Atlanta Bouncers need to win this and the next one to take it to a dream breaker. So a lot of work to do. I know they're up for it. Simone's not going anywhere. Pablo Tejas ain't going anywhere. They're up 1 here. This is the closest any of our games have been on the side switch thus far. We are ready to keep it going. Johnson is a new man. It looks like all of this, with that little discrepancy, just kind of took the edge off, and he is just refocused. Hunter Johnson, ball in hand, rocking the engage. Communication for that third. And a tough volley for Paris Todd. Tied up, 11-11. Gap is closed. Third shot drive into the net. Nice drop from Hunter. And a nasty pancake from Hunter Johns, coming out on top in that exchange with the Rafa Hewitt. Oof. Heavy takeover from Rafa Hewitt. That third looked 10 out of 10. Rafa Hewitt just readjusting himself, lightning speed, and countering it with a rolling forehand. Power of the lefty. No.
No. Oh, yeah, go challenge. Go challenge. There you go. That's the confidence you want.
Oh, so now they're going to challenge. Interesting how critical. Interesting how critical that acquiring and maintaining of the challenge might be as it, rears its ugly head again here in this situation at 13-13. Hunter Johnson hoping to challenge that out ball. And I would agree, with the challenges, especially with the technology and these live feeds, calling those challenges promptly would be most important. Nice, they're going to review. We already have our referees reviewing this ball. The ball on the court, or the call on the court was that it was out. The referees are going to deliberate. Another very close call. We're gonna have a moment of silence for the situation here. It's a very close call. Must be definitive in order to overturn. Nice and tense here in our third game. Okay, so we do have an overturn. The refs believe that there was enough evidence to overturn that call. The ball was called in. They will maintain their challenge. And lucky for them, they were not denied that challenge earlier in this match. Let's see how relevant it plays out in the final scores. Sure. Double coverage in that middle with the lefty-righty combo. 1 point game here. She's there. She knows she's there. A just miss. Great coverage from Paris Todd. Some hang time on the rim there, putting that ball down. Epic rolls. Little physical communication there, and it works. There's no problem with that. Sometimes you gotta buck shoulders. Here from Leah Jensen, that's good pressure. 2 point game. Smackdown from Todd. Reset from Jansen. Swings him wide. Forehand. Rafa with the ATP, and he gets it! Unreal, just a sliver of a window for that ATP. Precision. 1 point game. And on the white tape, we haven't seen it in a thick minute. A missed dink from one of our four contenders. 16-16 here. Third shot drive. Fifth shot drive. And the out of the air volley from Leah Jansen. Some barking in the kitchen from Rafa Hewitt. Bay Area Breakers up 1 in their 3rd game. Leah Jansen, Rafa Hewitt desiring to keep this game on pace. Forehand drive, and it's no good on that one. Another tie game scenario here. Hunter Johnson to serve. Such a heavy roll off the bounce from Leah Jansen. Great initiate. Joe Parizo, that's a good initiate. Oh, beautiful cross-court drop from Leah. Oh, she goes, fires back. Oh, what a point. And it's out. Good stuff from the Bay Area Breakers, but not good enough. 18-18. End game here. The old late game. Harris Todd to serve. Slicey drop. Leah with the pressure. Rafa Hewitt with the finish. 19-18. Leah Jansen to serve. And they tie it up. Rafa Hewitt, sheer flow in the zone. Flow sate. Full send. Game point. Match point. Moving well, looking big. Heavy dunk from Hunter Johnson to tie it up. It's not over yet. Would I like to see a dream breaker? Yes. But loving the moment at hand here. 20-20. Johnson and Todd to serve. Oh yeah. Textbook setup into textbook put away. They're pumped. Don't ride the roller coaster. Don't get too high here. Keep the composure. And they force a timeout from the Breakers. 21-20. So much battle to come down to one moment here. Quick break, trying to put a little stint in their momentum. Shout out to some of our sponsors here. We have Dulce Vida Organic Tequila, Grillo's Pickles, Knockaround Sunglasses, the official sunglasses of MLP, and of course, State Farm. Atlanta Bouncers dialing in, getting the nuances out of the way. Coach Chad Edwards giving those insights. They're pumped up, the energy's there, the focus is there. Here we go. Hunter Johnson to serve for game. Nasty drop. Into a volley. Rafa gets big. Oh, and she lets it go! Such great court awareness to tie it back up. 21-21. Win by 2 here. A lot of work to do. Sharp decision on that volley from Rafa Hewitt, but a little off balance, and they're able to get it back and put a game point back in the hands of the Atlanta Bouncers. Heavy flick, and it's way out. Way out! Reiterated by Rafa himself. Tied up at 22-22. Speaking of 22, shout out to Dan Gardner, my father. That's where I get the 22 from. And a heavy swing to get it right back. A great punishing fourth from Hunter Johnson. Team Michelob ULTRA looking to put this game away. Take 3. Paris keeps him in the point. Fancy footwork from Leia. And it's out! The Bouncers take game 3 to keep the relevance of game 4, which will occur right here at MLP 2023 Atlanta. The crowd is hyped. There's an audience for the Bouncers. There's an audience for the Breakers. And game 4, folks, is gonna matter big time. Drop it. We got Simone Jardine warming up with Pablo Tellez, the lefty, versus Etta Wright and Connor Garnett. Welcome to Premier Pickleball, folks. World-class pickleball at its finest. Woo. Another epic score, 24-22, Atlanta Bouncers getting it done.
Connor left.
Some discrepancy there with the challenges. It did play a role. This game was won by 2. That was very interesting occurrences there, and more important than you think. If they did confirm that challenge process, which I did hear at one point, which was then trumped by, no, that was just communication with my bench. It wasn't a confirmation. No. In the future, there might be some sort of confirmation protocol. I mean, in football, they have the ceremonial throwing of the red flag to indicate. And there's no taking that flag back. I didn't mean to throw that. But that second challenge came in important at a certain moment, so could have played a huge role. So. Nice. So there's still some discrepancy about it. People still have words about it because they're kind of agreeing. They're kind of having that same mindset where it was pretty relevant. Well, that being said, we're going to let these players warm up. Pablo Tellez, Simone Jardine. So great to see Simone Jardine play. Haven't seen her play in person in so long. It's nice to see, how much work she puts in. Of course off the court, but on the court, just moving, constantly adjusting and giving herself the best shot. Moving so well to keep the pressure on her opponents with not only her skills, but her positioning, which is one of her many skills. Yeah, that being said, we will be right back with our final game of this first match here at MLP Atlanta, brought to you by Margaritaville. Stay tuned. electric point to start off the match. Here we are, folks. Game 4. Atlanta Bouncers, Bay Area Breakers, 2023. Connor Garnett, his first premier MLP match of his career. And I could say the exact same for Pablo Tellez. Ooh, the hands battle. And Tellez comes out on top. One of the nastiest lefties in the game, Pablo Tellez. His footwork is commendable and inspirational. It's inspiring how this man moves. Not a bad drop. Gives himself time to get in. A lot of net play here. Meta, solid. Another net play here. Simone brings him wide, the ATP, but Tellez is there. And they pull it off! An ATP defend from Pablo Tellez for point. Nice deep return, just over the net. Better an inch high than an inch low. Absolutely. The hands of Pablo Tellez are lightning quick. No ATP this time. A beautiful cross-court dink from Simone Jardine. Nice point by the Breakers. Handling that third shot, drive, fifth shot, drop combo. At a right to serve. And the slap is punished. Gonna be an interesting point here. You know, Simone Jardine, a world-class cross-court dinker. Is she gonna have the confidence to go up against, you know, tested, but not as tested, a little, the untested cross-court battle with Connor Garnett. Pablo Tellez on a warpath here. Battle of the lefties, Pablo Tellez's energy versus Rafa Hewitt's energy, which you can still feel from their bench. And a fantastic cross-court dink from Etta Wright to put that pressure wide on the backhand of Pablo. 2-point game here. Ooh, and a little much. Good communication from Connor Garnett on those middle balls to keep them in a point, making Pablo hit just one more. That's what it's all about. Two-handed drive. The volley. And it's in on the back corner. Connor Garnett. Heat-seeking. Tie game. Lofty third is punished. heavy exchange. That is there. Oh! Simone seeks to keep Connor back, but he's just so agile that he takes that into a fierce volley for point. So good. ATP and it's good! But we have a foot fault call. Bumgardner, foot fault, not backing down.
She touched right here on her foot. With her foot? With her. While the ball was live, she touched her foot.
That treacherous boot of the net, I believe, is what occurred. Point, bouncers, 8-8. Tellez is in attack mode here. It's a good shot, but it does miss the court. Point for the bouncers here as we approach 11. Simone staying steady. Pablo in a good place here with his offensive mindset. Aye. That being said, Simone might not have wanted to pull the trigger just right then. But it is always good to mix it up and keep our opponents on the toes, no matter what. 9-9 here. Lofty drop, little dodgeball skills from Simone Jardine, letting that ball go wide. Pseudo game point into the side switch here, as we will switch sides at 11. Pablo Tellez to serve. And that is way out. The offensive mindset needs to stay in check, especially in the pressurized situations. Beautiful day here at the Lifetime facility here in Atlanta. Uh-huh. A daggering cross court to take that 11. 1-point game here into the side switch. Every single game has been close as all get out. Bouncers looking to take this to a dream breaker situation. Breakers looking to put it in the books as a match win for them to start off the weekend right. Time will tell. Skechers Pickleball, DUPR Pickleball Rating System, State Farm Insurance, Fromuth Pickleball, Sunday Swagger, Knockaround Glasses, our official sponsors of the MLP. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Players switch sides. Garnett at her right seem to be in a good place. A lot of nice Bay Breaker swagger out here. You can acquire that as well. Major League Pickleball. One-point game, Simone Jardine to serve. Nasty reset from Pablo Tellez, the ever-ready stance. Nasty combo from the bouncers off of the 11. I believe this is the first time that the Far team has reached the 11 first. See if they can increase that lead here. Wow. No. Tellez is there to follow up. Off the net. Simone's there. Back to the neutral. Slap. Sets himself up and he takes it down. Connor Garnett. Structuring the point to get himself more involved. That was incredible. And Connor comes out on top against the GOAT. Tied up 12-12. Nice reset into even nicer pressure from Connor Garnett. Point on the board as they take the lead. Little too linear from Tellez. Ball is out. Increase to 2 as we approach 21. Win by 2. Casual ATP from Pablo Tellez, getting the ball back in their hands. Beautiful exchange between Etta and Simone. Etta right, cool as a cucumber. In the moment, looking to put this match away for Team Bay Area Breakers. Inside out cross-court forehand from Simone. Tellez starts it at a right finish. The unassuming hands at a right. Discreetly taking control of this match. And a little more, a little too much from Tellez. We have a timeout called by a confirmed, very confirmed timeout call from the Atlanta Bouncers. Bay Area Breakers are hyped up. Nice timeout here for us to take our breath and mention, of course, some of our sponsors. We have Cirkul, Prius, and Margaritaville. Thank you guys for supporting pickleball and the MLP. Here we go. Match, game number 4, extremely relevant. Will we go to a Dream Breaker, or will we have a match in the books for the Bay Area Breakers? Time will tell. 17-13, Garnett and Wright getting the job done. Great energy out there, getting it done. Got Rafa eating some pickles, drinking some pickle juice. Here we go. Rarely scoring, anything could happen. Oh, and just like that, a good timeout called by the Bouncers, 14-17. Funneling the ball to Simone. Simone giving them some different looks. Will she keep the patience? No! The jab attack will be countered by Etta, and they get the ball back. Tellez tries to finish, but I do believe that the grind is the answer. Fantastic return from Tellez. Garnett with the scrappy shot, and another out ball off the paddle of Pablo Tellez. Within 2 for match. Connor Garnett to serve. ATP defended. Garnett, forehand, middle. The breakers approve. Match point. Oh! And a great match and a great game between the Atlanta Bouncers and the Bay Area Breakers. Tough game. Tellez putting a little too much on some of those putaways. Hadn't seen that in his earlier matches. Great sportsmanship all around between these two teams. We'll see them both more this weekend here in Atlanta at the MLP event. And Rafa Hewitt pays homage to the crowd as we are on our way out. Keep the energy going because this is just the beginning. Folks, thank you guys for tuning in here. MLP 2023 Season 2. I'm Rob Cassidy, and we will be back with more in just a little bit. Have some more great matches to come. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you soon with more world-class pickleball.